Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. If you have not been here before, welcome, and if you have, welcome back. I am just going to do another grocery haul. I have not done one, especially one of any substance, in quite some time. And so I thought today would be a good day. I have abstained from doing much shopping at all since way back before Thanksgiving, and here we are in May. And so today there was just a list of things that I needed, and so I made a trip to my little Benton Dent store. If you've watched any of my previous grocery hauls, you know that I love that store. Hello, Miss Sandra. I didn't get to see you today. If you're watching this, love you. But I went in there today, and of course there's always great things. Now I want to say something that I've said in previous videos, but sometimes I say it at the very end, and I don't think most people watch my videos to the very end, so I want to say this at the beginning. These prices that I do on these grocery hauls, the comparison prices I do, I try to get as close as I can to market prices, because I understand that these things that I'm getting are deeply discounted because of the nature of the store that I'm getting them in. It is a resale store, and so the prices are deeply discounted. I understand not everybody has a store like this in your area, but I want this to be a motivation for you to look either for this type of store in your area, or check out those markdown buggies at your store, those clearance shelves. Ask around, ask your friends, do you know of a place where you get really good prices on groceries? Or it could be on clothing or household goods. So just use this as a inspirational tool. I hope that's how it comes across, because I'm not trying to say, hey, look at me, I'm such a great shopper. No, that's not it at all. If it wasn't for Benton Dent, I'm telling you, the prices that I would be paying would be much higher. But I do, no matter what store I go into, I check out those clearance buggies, those clearance racks, whatever the clearance section is, I check those out. I'm not too proud, because I tell you, we work hard for our money, and that's not just a song. Anybody that works for a living knows what I mean. Just getting up and going to work takes effort, and it takes your time, and it takes money out of your pocket to buy these things. But enough of that. I've got a storm on the way. That's why my hair is just doing all kinds of strange things. So bear with me. I'm going to try to get this recorded before the storm gets here, because the dog's going to go nuts once it does. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you the items that I bought today. I'll tell you the price that I paid for them, what the closest market value is to it, and at the end I will tell you how much I spent at the store today, which is considerably more than I hardly ever spend. It usually is over a period of months for me to spend this amount, but the money that I spent today, I'm going to compare it to what the market price would be if I would have went to a regular store, and then I'm going to tell you how much I saved. And you're going, if you watch this, you're going to see that it is a considerable savings. And another thing that I want to say before we get to the end of this video is, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do support my channel. You know, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not getting rich, I promise you. So just like, subscribe, and share if you would. But you know, even if you don't, this is meant to hopefully motivate somebody and help you keep some of your money in your pocket. So here we go. I'm going to be digging around over here trying to get things out in the order that I have them on my cards. Yes, I do write things down on cards because no, I do not have a photographic memory. And so, yeah, I keep notes. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, if I can pick it up, is going to be a can of garbanzo beans. I know y'all have seen me. If you've watched my previous grocery haul videos, you've seen me pick these up before. The reason being is this is 110 ounces. It is almost 7 pounds of chickpeas. Now, some of you may be going, my gosh, what are you going to do with that many chickpeas? I don't eat that many chickpeas in a lifetime. Well, I like hummus, and I make my own hummus, and this big can, I will recan into smaller jars, and when I get ready for some hummus, I will mix up my own and have it right there. And so I paid 79 cents. Yes, 79 cents for almost 7 pounds of chickpeas. That'll make a lot of hummus. So I paid 79 cents. $15.99 is how much I found it for at market value. Again, I don't try to shoot for the highest prices. I go online and I try to find something that's comparable, that is of, you know, what I consider fair market value. I don't, like I said, I don't shoot for the highest, and I don't always shoot for the lowest because I'll watch, because a lot of times those lowest prices, they will also include an exorbitant delivery fee that will be higher than if I'd have just went with a higher price anyway. So $15.99 is what the market value would have been. I paid 79 cents for this big old whopping can. Now, I don't know, why is everything so heavy? I don't know how many of you like steel cut oats. I love steel cut oats, but I'll tell you why I don't buy them. Sorry, my hair's all in my face. Why I don't normally buy steel cut oats is because it seems to take forever for them to cook. I know it probably really doesn't, but it does take longer for steel cut to cook over just regular oats. But I found, and I like Bob's Red Mill brand. It's a good brand, and it's usually really expensive. But I found, and how big is this? This is 7 pounds of the quick cooking steel cut oats. It says it takes them 7 minutes to cook. Well, I can wait 7 minutes for oatmeal. And like I said, I love steel cut oats. I love the fiber in them, and they just seem to taste better. So yeah, it's organic. It's 100% whole grain. And for this 7 pounds of this, I paid $11.99. And the regular market price that I found, $27.99. So $11.99, $27.99. Don't worry, I'll give you the figures at the end of, you know, how much I saved between everything. Okay. And the next thing, and I didn't bring over all the cans. If I got multiple of something, I didn't bring all of those over. I just brought one sample. Aren't you glad? I got pumpkin. Now, I like to grow my own pumpkin. However, I always end up running out. And I use a lot of pumpkin. Not only do I cook with pumpkin, but I make sure every day that my dog gets a spoonful of pumpkin in with her other food, because it's really good for their digestive system. If they have any type of digestive issues or things like that, the pumpkin really helps. My vet is the one that told me about this, to use this, and it has done wonders. Pepper will still get, you know, little bouts of allergies every once in a while, but not near like she was. I mean, we were just, you know, all the time. But the pumpkin really made a difference. I'm not trying to sell you on some type of veterinary medicine or something, but I am telling you that's what I do with our dog. And I paid, this can was 60 cents a piece. And so I picked up 10 cans of these. And like I said, it's just to supplement my own pumpkin. But normal store price $2.62 a can, and so I paid $6 for 10 cans of this, and the market price would have been $26.20 would have been the price for 10 cans of that. Now, something else that I really like and I use in a lot of things, and I can make my own because, you know, I grow peppers, I grow tomatoes, but, you know, I also like grabbing just a can of something and going for it, and that is rotail tomatoes and chilies. I like keeping these on the counter, not on the counter. I've got them on the counter right now because I still need to put everything up, but I like keeping them in the pantry, and these were 2 for $99, and so I picked up 12 of them. Normal price was $1.36 a can, so I paid, instead of paying like 48.5 cents a piece for these, oh no, that's what I did pay for them, but 2 for $99, and I got 12 of them. If I would have bought 12 of them at regular price, would have been $16.32. So good savings there. Now, something else that I got into these already because I made some of this for supper. I made some nachos. So these chips, I've got those before. That's the Sochil, I think that's how you pronounce them. Chips, they're really good chips, and I got those today for $1.49 and market price $4.99. So again, not bad, and they're really good chips. What else did I get? I got some canning lids because I'm fixing to start, of course, be doing more canning, and I like having extra canning lids. And I like, when I buy my canning lids, I like seeing that Made in the USA label on it because for the most part, they're good lids. And Superb brand is a really good brand of canning lids. You know, I've tried all different kinds. Some just aren't worth throwing out the door, but Superb's good canning lids. And I picked up a thing of regular size and the largemouth, and my regular size I paid $12.99 for them. At the regular store was $15.99. Now the regular store that I found them at for that was hardware store, and they were the cheapest place that I found them for that. So I saved $3, and there's 60 canning lids in this, so that I do not think is a bad price. I'm sorry, I'm getting the hiccups. And this is the wide mouth canning lids, and I paid $15.99 for this, and the price that I found at the hardware store was $18.99. So again, $3 saved. Just with the canning lids, the two things of canning lids, I saved $6. Now brown sugar, I've been gonna make a recipe for y'all. I was gonna do a cooking video and realized I don't have any brown sugar, and then I was going to make my own brown sugar because I've showed you how to do that in a previous video, but I just never got that enthused and just never done it. So while I was at the store today, I saw that they had the Pioneer sugar, the all natural Pioneer brown sugar, and so I picked it up. I picked up actually 3 of these, and they were $2.79 a piece, and at regular market price, this brand is $4.56, which would have made all 3 of them be $13.68 if I paid regular price for them. And what's next? Oh, something, I forgot what recipe I was trying to make the other day, and I needed more cream of, is it cream of tartar or cream of tartar? I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. I guess I could Google it, but again, I'm not that enthused. I'll just keep mispronouncing it forever. But anyway, I got a little bottle of this, and I paid $1.49 for it. Regular price $3.70. So again, you know, when you're saving over $2 on something even this small, you know, those $2, $5, $3, those add up quickly. And if you keep watching, you'll see how quickly here in just a little bit. Now, something that I like is breadcrumbs. I can make my own breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are not hard to make, but I like the panko because, boy, they make things really crispy. And I made some, what was it, some fried pork loin or something the other night. It was fried pork something. I think it was pork loin. And man, those were good. We both just stopped and looked at each other, and I went, wow, I don't think I've cooked anything this good in a long time. So I needed some more panko breadcrumbs, so I picked them up. I paid 49 cents for each one of these. I got 2 of them. I should have picked up more, but I got 2 for 49 cents each. And a regular price would have been $1.87, and that's going with the lower, not lower brand, the less known brand, the more generic brand price was $1.87. So for 2 of these, I would have paid $3.74 at regular price, and instead I paid what, 98 cents? So for 2 of those. So I don't think that's bad neither. And something I hardly ever buy is evaporated milk, and I don't know why, because evaporated milk is so good to have on standby in the cabinet, because, you know, if you need milk and you don't have anything else, evaporated milk is a good replacement. And I remember as a kid, there were times that if we were out of milk and we wanted cereal, Mama would mix up some evaporated milk and water and put that on our cereal, and that was our milk on our cereal. So it's not bad to have around. It's good for making gravy with. So I got this can. I actually got 4 cans of evaporated milk because it was 2 for 99 cents, and I got 4 of them. Regular price would have been $1.72 each for these. So again, not a bad savings when you look at, you know, it was what, almost 50 cents. It was right at 49 and a half cents, I guess, for a can, or $1.72. Again, big savings there. And that's not what I'm looking for. Now, the label is gone mostly off of this. It's kind of got scraped off, but it's that sauce that nobody can pronounce the name of. Where's your sister sauce? Yeah, that sauce, that stuff. I paid $1.79 for it, and the regular price for it's $2.79. So $1 savings. Dollar's good. And I already had one of these in the cabinet, but you know what? They had marked them down even more, so I grabbed 2 more because they had these 56-ounce coconut, the organic coconut oil, for 2 for $12.99. 1 jug of this was that price almost, or no, it was what, the 2 of these at regular price was $17.96. So it was like 8 something for 1 of these, or I got 2 for $12.99. So now I've got 3 of these in the cabinet, because coconut oil, you can use it for so many different things. It has a very low melting point. That's why you can use it in salves and that sort of thing as well. So if you like making your own salves and all, that, you know, think coconut oil, because it's got that low melt point, and it's good to cook with. I like using it in baking, and you know, some people, oh, it makes everything taste like coconut. Well, use it in your cakes and things like that. You know, every once in a while, I'll slip it into some biscuits, and they don't taste bad. And they don't taste like a coconut cookie or nothing either. They just have that little bit of sweetness to it. And, you know, that's not always bad, especially depending on how you're going to eat it. Think biscuits and chocolate gravy. You know, you want some kind of sweet biscuits? Well, here you go. Use some coconut oil. All right. We're counting down, folks. Don't lose me now. Now, I don't know if anybody uses these. The Knorr gravy mixes. Again, these are things you can make this stuff yourself, or you can keep some of these packets in the cabinet, and when you are short on time, you can grab one and mix it up. Now, my husband loves brown gravy. Me, I'm a cream gravy girl. I just soon have milk gravy and be done with it. I like white gravy. He is a brown gravy person, and he is not only a brown gravy person, he is a brown gravy mix person. He wants the store-bought stuff. He don't, and to me it tastes salty, and I don't care as much for it. So that's why I'm more of a cream gravy person. Which one do you like better, brown gravy or cream gravy? Sometimes I guess it depends on what you're eating, but I picked up some of these with the brown gravy, and I also found there was a whole buggy of Knorr products, and some of them were things that was like, I don't know, béarnaise sauce and hollandaise and stuff like that I'd never fool him into eating, so I didn't even try. So I picked up these roasted turkey gravy mixes and the brown gravy mixes. They had them 10, what was it? 10 for 99 cents. 10 of these for 99 cents. I looked up the market price for them. I'm thinking about going back and just get the whole buggy, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want all that stuff. But $2.49 each is what it was. And I was looking these up, and I was trying to find a price of just one packet of, just one packet of the. No, they wanted to sell me like a case of this stuff. I didn't want a case. I wanted one packet. But regardless, I went in there and just divided it up, and on the lower end was $2.49 a packet. So that would be $24.90 for 10 of these, and I paid 99 cents for 10 of these. So again, I don't think I done bad on that. All right, I got you'll see me when I shop at Benton Dent. A lot of the stuff that I pick up is the Walnut Creek brand. They can have other brands there, and a lot of times I'll still pick up the Walnut Creek because Walnut Creek is really quality food. And so like their Walnut Creek soy sauce, I would much rather have it. And my husband is a soy sauce snob. He does not like generic soy sauce. I had some in the refrigerator here a while back, and he's like, oh, that's the nastiest stuff. So anyway, I was looking today for some that he would eat, and I know he'll eat the Walnut Creek because we've had it before. So I paid 79 cents for this bottle of Walnut Creek. It's 10 ounces, $3.58 for the comparable for this same type of soy sauce. And crackers, they had some Ritz there today, but the Ritz didn't. The Ritz kind of looked like somebody had run over the truck or something. So I went with the Townhouse. The Townhouse is pretty good crackers. They're kind of got that buttery, kind of like a Ritz. But I got the family size and paid $3.99 for this thing of crackers because it's got quite a few crackers in here. I don't know exactly how many crackers it's got in here, but it feels pretty heavy, so must have a bunch of crackers in here. Well, the serving size is 5 crackers, and it says it's got 36 servings, so it must be a lot of crackers. It says 6 packs. So paid $3.99. $4.98 was the least amount that I could find it for at another store. And I have the white lily flour. I'm not even going to try to pick it up because every time I do, I get white lily flour everywhere. This is a 3-pound bag. Normally what I find there are 2-pound bags, so I was really happy to find the 5-pound because I like white lily flour. I think it makes very good pastries, makes very light biscuits, and this is the self-rising. So really happy I found that. I paid $3.49 for it. I found a price that was $4.44, but now that I go back and think about it, I don't know that that was self-rising. So it's probably gonna, that $4.44 is probably on the low side, but you know, since that's the price I have written down, that's what I'll go with. Now, what I didn't bring over here, and I'm not going to run go get it out of the refrigerator now, is a roll, a 2-pound roll of pure butter. It's I think it was Walnut Creek brand butter, and it's the salted 2-pound butter, and it's like, you know, 2 pounds of butter's pretty good size. And I bought a case of it because they had it on sale, and there was 3 cases left, and so I got one of those last 3, left 2 for somebody else. No, I'm not, you know, not stingy in getting it all, but I paid $33.99 for 12 pounds of butter. You know, that may sound steep, but if you hadn't bought butter in a while, butter's expensive. Let me show you how expensive. I went and found the same, I say the same, I went and found the similar high quality butter. Now, I don't mean high quality as in the, you know, $20 an ounce butter that, you know, some of these people try to sell. It's like, what are you smoking? But the more Highland, for example, is one of the local dairy products for our area that's on the higher end. So I compared it to Highland because I know Walnut Creek is pretty much, to me, is the same quality as Highland. But the Highland butter per pound was $6.49 a pound, okay? And when I multiplied that by that 12 pounds, $77.88 would have been what 12 pounds of butter would have been. And I got it for $33.99. So just let that sink in for a minute. $33.99, and it could have been $77.88. I would just have not gotten butter. I'd have just had to do without, because that's just, I can't imagine paying that much for butter. What I spent, though, I spent $126.04. Now, for me, I mean, for some people, they may go, well, that's nothing. You didn't buy any meats. You didn't buy, you know, any big things of dairy or anything. You didn't buy all this. We raise our stuff. You know, we raise our meats. Most of our vegetables, you'll see me get, well, like those garbanzo beans. You see me get things like that that'll fill in holes. However, we do raise most of our meats and vegetables, so we don't buy very much of that. So yes, we are able to keep our grocery bill lower because of that, because we're able to do that. Okay. As far as this other stuff, $126 at one whack is a lot for me. But it's not as much as it could have been if I'd have went to a regular store, because if I would have went to a regular store and I added up all those prices, here's what it would have been. It would have been $291 for the same amount of stuff that I just showed you. And to me, that I wouldn't have paid that much. I don't know if I'm frugal or if I'm just downright stingy, but I am very careful with my money, and I think it comes from a background of my family wasn't rich when I was growing up. I have went through in my early years as a young adult struggling, and we're still, in some people's eyes, I guess we'd be wealthy. We've got a roof over our head, and I'm able to put groceries in the cabinets. So to some people, we'd be rich. But, you know, we're not extravagant people. We don't go out and eat very rarely. We don't wear the ritziest clothes, but I just think we're careful with our money. So I spent $126.04. I could have spent $291. So how much did I save? I saved $164.96. $164.96. That's a lot of money, folks. May not be a lot of money if you're a millionaire. It may not be a lot of money to a lot of folks, but for a lot of people that are out there that are struggling, what would $164 buy you? What would that do for you? So again, I'm not trying to come across as, look at me, whoo, I done so good, I'm such a good girl. No, I want this to be just, I want it to inspire you. I want it to motivate you to look for those ways that you can cut corners with your groceries or with your clothing or whatever way. I don't want you to go hungry. I want you to find places where you can get food to fill your cabinet that doesn't take everything you've got. And as you can see, a lot of this stuff that I got, it wasn't, I didn't pick up a bunch of snacky food today. You know, some of my other hauls I've showed you, I've got snacks and things like that. But I picked up things like oats and that sort of thing. You can find healthy food and it still be reasonable, but you've got to look. There was a long time that I went that I didn't know anything about Benton Dent. I knew there was a little store somewhere like that I'd heard about, but I'd never been in it. But a few years ago, I went in there and I haven't looked back. And that's what it's just going to take for all of us anymore, is we are just going to have to search out and find these little treasure boxes of places like the little Benton Dent and like the places that have to be in other areas. So I know this is not just the only place like it in the universe. So look around. And I'm going to quit rambling because I know that the storms are getting closer because the humidity, I can just feel that humidity in the air. I grew up in East Texas, and I can tell when humidity's here, and it's here, and I'm going to go get this stuff put up because it won't be long before the sun will go down, and I'll be ready to go to bed. I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I haven't just rattled to, just hadn't talked to hear my head roar. But I love y'all, and I hope you come back again. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.